Ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she try and bless me like I said I chew, like a sneeze. Please for them trick and squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them get in between of what we started. Look, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist, no crawling. Went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages or foreign menaging. Sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album. I did it with Mariah. Lil' I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey to rest in peace. Hey to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my then what you talking about? Gangsters move in silence, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these, I'm like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can the mean cast and grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new, she don't ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands on my toes. Cause these want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These try to take my life, they around, get killed. You around, you around, you around, get smoked. Cause these Philly I pull with me, don't around, no joke. No, all I know is murder. When it come to me, I got young that's rolling, I got throwing bees. I done did the DOS, I done did the KODs. Every time I'm in that bitch, I get to throwing 30 G's. But now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar. They let me earn back home, that young be wildin'. We young, we mobbin', like Batman or with Robin. This two-door Maybach with my seat on reclining. I'm like, real wood up, real wood up. If you ain't about that murder game, then shut up. If you diss me in your rats, I get your pussy stuck up. When you touch down in my hood, no, that tour life ain't good. Catch me down in MIA, and that heat game on wood. With that Puma life on my feet, like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block, bike on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces on the same, they watch. And I'm the king of my city, cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that bull, the same, that flop. I'm the same from First Street with them that braids that lock. The same that came up and I had to wait for my spot. And he hating on me, waiting on me. Still on that hood, my Rolls Royce on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money, your friends turn to your enemies. And when this beef, I turn my enemies to memories. We them they go for 40, ain't no 10 the key. Hold up, broke, turn rich. Love the game like Mitch. And if I leave you, they ain't done pretty. Gon' still my. It was something about that rollie when it first touched my wrist. Had me feeling like that dope boy when he first touched that. I'm gone. Woo!
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Check it out. I'm Rob Bodie, man. It's Wednesday night. You know what it is. It's TruXposur Live right here on Spotlight39. So do what YouTube loves. Hit the subscribe button. More importantly, give this video a thumbs up. Show these student athletes and coaches some love, man. Let's help these kids get the exposure they truly deserve. Follow us on all social media. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. I don't know, Facebook. I always forget that one. Nonetheless, enough of that, man. That's the intro. Let's get into it. Let me bring on my co-host, the man himself, Mr. Brandon. How you feeling?
I like doing that. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling much better than I was Saturday night, if I'll be honest. I feel like I almost had a heat stroke.
Oh, the heat was real down in Houston?
Crazy.
I was in the bathtub for 2 hours after the event, like about to pass out.
Oh,
I'm being so serious.
it's real like that.
Really could have went for an IV, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was tough.
So minus the
But
heat.
otherwise, that was a great event, huh?
Let's talk about it. Minus the heat. Let's talk about the event, man. What did your eyes see? Give us the real, man. Walk us through what Houston looked like.
No, it was a good time. I knew I was going to get excited. I got excited when I mean, you'll see him later on the call, but when I saw Cat Takeover, but it wasn't just Cat Takeover. It was like, man, I haven't seen a lot of the Houston kids in a while. You know, I am a Dallas guy, and I mean, you'll find out later in this call, but Dallas and Houston have a little bit of beef. But
Okay.
it was good, like just to be able to catch up with some guys like Rodney Bimage. Rodney Bimage, kid who's blown up, and just to see like him actually gain, I think he grew like an inch and a half. And for a
Okay.
kid who was already kind of tall, it was exciting. And for me, that I got excited because it's just cool to see kids grow up. And that was a great example of that because, me and you talked about this, but when I went to Oregon, that was a name that I dropped. It was Rodney Bimage. And we were
Yep.
in agreement that he could play. And, just to see some other kids from the Houston area, some of the Shadow Creek kids who we'll talk later, and to see healthy competition. Obviously, Mike Evans' teams walked away with some championships again. Cat Takeover had a good showing, and then even Central Texas, Bryan, College Station area was represented with Juice 7v7. So, I was overall happy with the talent out there. I think I took like 40 headshots and only had
Okay.
like 7 left. So good event.
Yeah, I would say so. Overall, minus the heat, in a couple hours in the bathtub, man. So you gotta better prepare for Round Rock, right?
It was more than that, man. I'm telling you, it was really could have went to the hospital. But
Man, I'm gonna
yeah,
have to get
yeah.
one
I
of those
mean, that is,
cool insulated
huh?
shirts. I said, I'm gonna have to get one of them cool insulated shirts or something, man. When I come to Texas, I can't be sitting in the bathtub for a
Houston,
couple hours.
but Houston and the rest of Texas are different.
Oh, Houston's its
Like,
own spot.
yes,
Oh, all right, all right. So look, man, you ready to get into it? You ready to watch a little short hype clip and then bring on our first guest?
let's
Let's
get
do
into
it.
it.
Let's go.
You know I needed you, I was you leaving, keeping it real every day, it ain't easy. Sorry, this ain't knowing, this is peach. Gotta keep a carbon in my reach, picking calamari out my teeth, babe. This is peach, gotta keep a carbon in my reach, picking calamari out my teeth, babe. While you putting 4Gs on the G, I keep spilling coffee on my jean. I don't like me talking, I'm gon' speak, babe. You know I needed you, why would you leave? And keeping it real every day, it ain't easy. Cardigan swelter, it come out next season. Deja Ray, would you just stay with me, please? I'ma bless lil' mama like she sneezing. Scored a triple-double for my niece. Said I just bought a rover for no reason. I'm on house arrest, I can't even leave. Locked up in the pen, but I ain't pee. The water dripping off me, Aquafina. Love my Uncle E, I Uncle Bean it. Love my Auntie Chris, that Auntie Nina's. Blowing all this money cause it free. Scamming in Miami by the beach. Telling on your homies that ain't Z. Boy, I heard you ready for a cheesecake. This is peach, gotta keep a carbon in my reach.
Well, look, that was that. Small, short, to the point. That was Tampa. Not as hot as Houston, man. But look, enough of that. We got a young man on the screen, so let's let him formally introduce himself. Go ahead, tell us who you are, man, where you're from, what you do, and anything else you want to know. This is your intro. We're going to learn a little bit about you.
My name is Brian Nelson. I'm a cornerback slash DB from Shadow Creek High School, 2023 class. Just on the come up.
Just on the come up, man. So, Brad, you're over there smiling, Brandon. What does that mean to you? On the come up, class of 23.
Brian probably for the rest of history will give me a hard time, but sometimes I can be wrong initially, and you can prove me right. But Brian is an example of a kid who sometimes you have to see people in person to really get perspective. More so than what he knows. He thinks I care mostly about his physique, which is actually impressive. If you get to see the kid in person, it's definitely worth a look. But really, his demeanor, even right now, you can tell he's very stone faced to a certain degree, but serious guy who is serious about the process and serious about his work. He's jumping on this call, and in 10, 15 minutes, we'll go work out. Just kind of says, a lot about him and the quality of a person and player he is. But one question I have for you, Shadow Creek came on the map 5 years ago, less. I want to say even less, like maybe 4. And y'all had
Yeah,
a
right.
really good class that produced a lot of talent. How do you feel about the tradition at the school and trying to uphold that as a senior? because we'll have a couple of seniors on here today from Shadow Creek.
It's always a good environment to be around, to always have people before you lead the example. So when you enter the school, enter the program where everything is, you want to come leveled up and ready to be on that same mindset to come make another state run. And that's the mindset I'm on, and that's what the rest of my teammates are on too. We all building that chemistry to go make that state run again this upcoming football season.
So whenever you plan on making that run, obviously you're going to be a factor in that process. Something we talked about on Saturday. How would you describe your game?
I describe my game, physical, very aggressive, very, I'm a hustle player. I don't stop to the whistle blow and just keep going.
So
Right
look,
now,
hey, let me piggyback off that, right? So we just learned about his strengths of his game, but where do you see an opportunity that you could get that much better at? Not to say that you're not good at it already, but where can you sharpen just a little bit more in?
I'm gonna say probably, staying on top of the receiver until like the ball is thrown. Because I mean, my cover skills are good, but I could say I will let up when I see like the quarterback, looking the other way. But I can get better in that area.
Okay, I appreciate you recognizing an area of opportunity, right? Because they're in the personal God's green earth that's perfect. So I like it.
as
Go ahead,
far
Brandon.
as next steps, obviously camp season starts. Heck, it started today for a lot of schools. For yourself, where are a couple of stops that you have planned? And just kind of walk us through your current offer list. I know you have a few.
So my current offer list, I have Navy, Texas State, Prairie View A&M, Richmond, and Furman.
Oh, he got
And
rich.
then my yeah,
That's right
and then
down
my
the road from.
camp season. Okay, that's what's up. And so my camp season this summer, you got U of H this Friday, TCU the next day on Saturday. Then I have Texas Tech on the 11th, McNeese on June 8th, Raging Cajun later on in June, and Alabama and UTSA like in July.
Nice.
Yeah,
Going on tour.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
yes
I
sir.
like that UL for you. We'll talk about that offline. Definitely.
I got
Um, well, I mean, we know you have a lot going on, but we're going to lead the way to one of your teammates. But sell yourself for a moment and tell people out there who didn't have an opportunity to talk to you offline and watch you smile and laugh. Tell them about who you are as a person, who you are, and just as an everyday individual and how you represent yourself.
First, I want to say I'm a man of God. I was growing up in the church. My dad's a pastor. My mom's a pharmacist. My grandparents, my papa was a famous pastor. My grandmother was a famous gospel singer. So I've always been around the church. I like to help around a lot. I like to volunteer. I'm a nice guy, and then when I get on that field, I'm a different person. You don't want to know who I am on the field. So
Hmm,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I like that.
Do
We
you have any
broke
more
up.
questions for him?
Nah, man, we broke the smile out, right? He was straightforward to the point. Then at the end, he cracked the smile for us, man. So we appreciate
Yes,
that.
sir.
So look, man, we know you got training coming up, so we ain't gonna take too much more of your time. We appreciate you giving us a snapshot of who Brian is, man. Hopefully, we get to see you again soon. But until then, man, take this opportunity and just let the world know who's been there for you, man. So shout out any and all of your supporters, your loved ones that's been there for you, that's helped you along your journey. All right. And shout them out by name, man. It's always nice to call them out by name.
I want to first start off with my parents. Saria Nelson is my mom. Brian Nelson is my dad. And I mean, if that's my same name, so I'm the second. My 7-on-7 organization, BYF Elite. The high school I'm at, Shadow Creek. And, thank you. I want to thank both of y'all for giving me the exposure to be online and tell more people about myself.
Look, man, that's what we're here, right? That's what we do here at TruXposur Live. Sometimes we
Yes,
have
sir.
coaches, sometimes we have student athletes, man. So, it's always a pleasure to have the athlete on to share a little bit about themselves. So we appreciate that, man. Go enjoy your training session. Stay safe, stay healthy, man. We're going to bring on another one of your teammates, all right?
Yes, sir.
And before
Thank you.
you go, if some of those visits go right, you're gonna have to learn how to do interviews anyway. Because
Yeah.
last time I checked, anytime I watch a professional or a college game, the best player on the team tends to interview. Just a thought. So
Yeah, I got you.
I appreciate that. So we're gonna let you go, man. And while we do that, we're gonna shout out our sponsors, man, because we can't do it without them. We obviously got Yoked, powered by Yoked. It's the crazy powder substance in the little pouch. Don't knock it till you try it. It gives you that extra boost. Then we got Flip Sled. We got a demo on site all the time. Put your hands on it. It's a game changer. And then we got Grip Boost, doing anything and everything, covering them hands. Shout out to Grip Boost. But we can't leave our big sponsor out, Zenith, with that sweet Zenith loop. So shout out to Zenith for powering this entire circuit all year long that's about to come to an end. So before we do, let's bring on our next guest. You ready, Brandon? He's been in the green room. Let's bring him on, man. My man, can you hear us? Can you see us?
Man, I can hear you. What's going on?
Look, man, he in a tunnel. So do me a favor real quick. Take and turn your phone sideways. That way we're not real zoomed in. And then we're gonna have a good grown man conversation, all right? So before we get that, go ahead and let the world know who you are, where you're from, and all that good stuff, man.
Well, my name is Robert Emerson, class of 2023, inside linebacker, Shadow Creek High School.
Okay, inside linebacker, same high school, right? You said Shadow Creek?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I'm gonna steal Brandon's question, man. Right? I want to know about your game because I wasn't there this weekend. Right? I'm not in Texas, so I don't have the opportunity to see you right in person, at least as of yet. So go ahead and tell me the type of player you are, man, on the field.
Well, the type of player I am, man, I'm always get the job done, do whatever I gotta do to get the job done. I'm a hard worker. I'm a grind. I'm gonna do everything I can do to feel 100% every time.
Okay. So let me fix quick bang. Let me fix that Twitter handle. I appreciate that reminder. So go ahead, Brandon. What else you got for him, man? Did you got to see a little bit of him, in action?
I mean, me and Robert have been kind of chopping it up for a while now. The big thing is, I just appreciated Robert's growth. Whenever it comes time to thank somebody, I better hear Donnie's name, right? But I hear a lot of things behind the scenes about Robert. More so, I'm excited to hear, Robert, how have you enjoyed the recruitment process? Things have been picking up for you lately, and how do you feel like you've developed since the All-American Combine to today?
Well, the way I developed from the All-American Combine is I gained more on my weight, so that will help me a lot. I just got more focused in the game. I just grinded more and more and just kept doing what I have to do.
What are some things that you've learned from Donnie that you didn't know, maybe before you start working with them, that you apply to your game that's helped you, acquire these offers and perform well at our events?
Well, the first thing, I fixed my stance, so that helped me a lot. I worked on my pass coverage, and I worked more on my getting off a blocker shed type.
Tell some people what offers you have and kind of tell them
The,
about what
off-
that process has been like.
the offers I have Arkansas State, Houston Baptist University, and Preview A&M. And the process, man, it's been a long process. You have to be patient, and it's been a great process though.
Patience is key, right? This thing isn't
Yes,
a
sir.
sprint; it's a marathon, right? So you got a handful of years to build yourself up, get your name out there, and then being on True Exposure Live is just an additional tool to add to your toolbox, man. So congratulations on your blessings that you have thus far, and I think the
And
future is
thank you.
incredibly bright, and I think you got some more opportunities coming your way based on that snippet of film I got to take a peek at, while I was sitting in traffic earlier, man. So, what else you got for him before we let him, shout out some folks and bring on another teammate?
Robert, what do you do outside of playing football?
Outside football, I play baseball. I like to dance. I dance a lot. I'm just a dancing type of guy.
Hold on.
Um,
When we say dance, man, you can't leave it. That's too gray of an area, man. I need to know: are we talking, like street dance? We talking ballet? We theatrical drama? You tell me what type of dance we doing, man. You putting on the leotard and tights, or we got some J's on with some baggy
we ain't
jeans?
doing all that. No lead time types. We just having fun with it.
Oh, all right.
Things you learn. You see, usually when people can dance, they're like a lot better at getting off of blocks.
Oh,
So maybe you should spend some more time like working on your dance moves. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, maybe I spent too much
Got
time watching film.
you.
Good deal,
No, but
man.
tell us, before you go, your expectations for the year. I know Shadow Creek has some high expectations, but what are your expectations for the season? And what do you want to walk away with after camp season?
After camp season, I want to walk away just learning more stuff, always learning stuff. Just like learning each college's like environments, their just get to know their school.
So soaking up the overall experience, right? So it's one thing to go out there and compete on the field at these camps, but it's another to compete and experience what the campus itself represents, right? Because a lot of times we tend to chase other things rather than the things that are most important throughout this process. So the overall experience is definitely something you want to soak in and enjoy that this camp season, because like Brandon said, camp season pretty much got underway today and it really revs up over the weekend. I don't know, did you ask him already what camps we got in place? I don't want to leave that part out.
I did ask, but scratch that. Are you going to camp at Arkansas State?
Scratch that, this one specific.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you going? You are. Did I write an article on that? On
I
that
don't
offer?
think so. I don't think.
Okay.
No.
Follow up with me
On the article,
offline.
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Still follow up with me offline. Okay, that's it.
Good deal. Specifically, Arkansas State, you'll be there. So we're gonna let you jump off of here, but before we do,
Yes,
take the
sir.
opportunity and shout out anybody and everybody that's been there for you along your journey, and shout them out by name, man. It's always nice to hear your name called.
First of all, I want to thank God first and foremost. I want to thank my mom, my dad, all family. I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity. I want to thank BYF Elite and Shadow Creek High School. And I want to thank my two trainers, Donnie Bags and KG Fitness.
Okay, all right. So shout out to everybody, man. That put a smile on Brandon's face, man. I like the insideness. I learn new things every week. But look, we're gonna let you go. It was a pleasure meeting you, young man. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep grinding, and the future's incredibly bright. Now it's time to bring on another one of your teammates, man. So don't jump off too far. Show some love, man. Comment during your teammates' broadcast. We'll bring it up on the screen. All right.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
All right, man. So look, before we bring on a teammate, I got to do one thing I failed to do at the beginning of the show. I got to bring up the 39 Heart second annual All-American Cleat Drive, June 1st, starting today through July 31st. We will be taking donations in monetary form as well as gently used cleats in any size. There are kids out there in desperate need. So if you can help, by all means, reach out. Spotlight39.com has all the information. It's got the link to donate. But more importantly, man, let's help these kids out and put some new shoes on their feet for this upcoming season, man. So, without further ado, we got another teammate. Let's bring him on, man. Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Yes, sir.
My man, look, he's been amped up. He's been in the green room probably about 40 minutes right now. So his energy level better be through the roof. So go ahead, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, and all that good stuff. I'm gonna change this here Twitter handle so it's appropriate. Go ahead, man.
My name is Zyron King Brooks. I attend Shadow Creek High School, class of 2023, and I am a safety. I'm an all-around player, really. You put me anywhere I can play.
Okay, all right. So safety, DB, cornerback, athlete, call you what you want, right? Put you on the field, you're gonna make an impact.
Yes.
All right, and look, I'm just throwing this out there. What's your measurables?
My measurables?
Yeah.
I'm a very, how can I put it? I'm quick. Like I can think off the top of my head. Like,
No. I'm talking measurables. I want height and weight.
5'9", 162. I might be a little small, but I play big.
All right. Look, I didn't even put you on the spot. I was just curious. So go ahead. You take charge in this one, Brandon. Man, I'm gonna flood through some of these comments because y'all got a lot of love right now.
No,
Go
I,
ahead.
I'm gonna put him on the spot. I think you brought up a great point. And I think in his name, the fact that it says Houston speaks to his swag right now. Everything about him is Houston swag. Uh, but with his measurables being what they are, the two players who came on previously technically have higher, calling real higher ceiling as far as being D1 players. This kid, once you turn on the tape and you've met him, it's like, yeah, I'm interested. If you turn on his tape, he takes out every kid's ankles, big, small, tall, and it's
Okay.
not just the fact that he's not really going for the ankles. He just happens to do it because he wants to take them down. But the way he's coming downhill is, if Shadow Creek does some things this year, I think my man right here plays an intricate part because the other two guys, Robert and Brian, they are. I have to call a spade a spade. They are better prototypical players for D1. That's great. But he has D1 offers. And I think ultimately he's gonna outshine his stature because of his heart. Because actually after I watched his film and I'd already talked to him the day before, and then I talked to him again the next day, I started like checking off a lot of boxes, and I think he's one of the sleepers in Houston that people need to take a look at. Truly.
So
I
look,
mean,
so
I like the other two guys a lot. Like, and I'm gonna definitely push them. But this kid right here, slept on, definitely.
so
Now if
so
he can show, now if he can just show some more coverage in his highlights. Yeah, you didn't think I was gonna let that slide, did you?
So
Weird, huh?
look, man. Those are some strong words, man. Because I think just dating back on our several weeks now, man. Because me and Brandon have been doing this thing for a little while. I think that's the first time that you just like kind of paused the show in a sense to really highlight a young man and his talent like you just did, man. So that's big. That speaks volume on what this young man has done to you, right? As far as catching your eye, because you haven't done that yet. Like you keep it 100% real, but you just took 60 seconds, 90 seconds to tell the world that this dude right here on screen is going to outshine his quote abilities, right, and be a bigger quote star than what maybe people anticipate because of his heart, because of his character, and the fact that he could just flat out play some ball, man. So I just wanted to recognize that. So let's get back to it. Being that he just had all those things to say, I want to know how you see yourself, right? So tell us what you see in your game. What would you say your game is like?
I'm a very physical player. Like I said, I might be small, but I play big. It don't matter who steps in front of me. I'm gonna play to how I know how to play.
Okay.
Uh, I'm very quick off my feet. I got hands. I'm a ball hawk. Just don't try to test me, and it'll be all cool.
All right. So, what would you say there's an area of opportunity for you to get that much better at?
I think I would like to get better at. I would say when I do come to corner, my pressing. Like I'm strong and physical, but I have to work on my pressing and on my feet, like my feet more.
Okay. All right. That's what I got, man. What you got for him, Brandon?
Do schools actually want you to play corner? Actually, I don't know if I like you at corner, to be honest. So I'm curious, who like when the schools are recruiting you, what are they talking to you as far as like what position? Because I could maybe see nickel, but I could weirdly for you still see safety and
Yeah,
not
they
have a
talk
problem
to
with
me
it.
at safety. They talk to me at
Yeah,
safety.
and just let the people know what offers do you have right now.
Right now, I have Arkansas State, Memphis, and I have Prairie View.
Hold on. So are you going to be at the Arkansas State camp too? Being that we shouted that out.
I'm thinking about showing up because at the time they have it, I might have another camp.
All right. All right. So what else you got for him, man? Before we let him get out of here.
Well, where are you planning on camping? I'm actually the other two. I'm curious. I already knew Brian had a plan. I know Brian at this point. I know how he operate. Where are you going as far as camps?
Really, honestly, everywhere Brian's going, like that's my dog. U of H on Friday, Saturday I'm going to TCU. Going to the in July, I'm going to the Alabama TSU, and right now me and my dad is deciding on some more camps.
Whenever you say the Alabama one, is that a mega camp?
Yes, it's a mega camp.
Do you know who else is going to be there?
It's about 28 schools are going to be there.
Okay.
I can't
Well,
remember
just
all of them, but I know.
do some homework because don't start it with Alabama camp one, but do some homework because if there's something else that's like around the area, or I may DM you, I may recommend you go somewhere else because you know how Alabama operates, man. You
Yeah,
got to be
we talked about
5'11",
it
period, for sure, to
for
start
sure.
the conversation. Yeah, I'm down.
Good deal,
I'm good on
man.
questions. We're just chopping it up.
So
Okay.
look, this was a fun conversation, man. So look, we're not gonna take too much more of your time, like we did with your teammates. You was in the green room, you know the deal. So hopefully you've had some time to think about some loved ones that you want to show some love to. So take this
Of
opportunity
course.
to return that love, man, by name. Shout them out. You got a
Number
lot of
one, I want to
supporters. You
thank
hold on, hold on.
God.
You and the squad got some supporters, by the way, man. Watch the replay of this, and you'll see all the comments flooding on the screen. You got a lot of love right now. So go ahead.
Number one, I want to thank God. He's been a big part of my life. And the second number one is my dad. Without my dad, I don't think I'd be here because he's pushed me since I was 5 years old,
Okay.
to live my dream. And then I want to thank my mom, Lene King. She's been a part of my life. I want to thank my coaches, Coach Chris, BYF, Coach Boykins. I want to thank Shadow Creek coaches, of course, the defense, all of them. I want to thank my homeboys, my boys on defense. They keep me locked in at practice. I like to play around sometimes, but they keep me locked in. I love them, and I want to thank my grandparents for sure.
What's your grandparents' name, man? You can't just thank your grandparents.
I have one that's passed away. I miss her, love her. Her name is Evelyn, and then I want to thank my other grandparents, which is my dad's side. I don't see him a lot, but yeah.
Okay. Look, fair enough. Shout out to everybody that's been there for you, helped you along your journey, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay safe. Keep grinding. Brandon's got something.
Yeah, I just have to ask because I may come this season to y'all's game because I've just invested way too much into y'all. One, how many games are y'all gonna win? That's important. So
Okay.
I
All
can
of
know
them,
if I need to come early or late.
all of them.
Two, how many points are y'all gonna give up? So we had three defensive players on this on tonight. So that means y'all should be locked down. But if y'all are giving up 35 points a game, obviously we know y'all were just all talk. So
That's not
what are the
happening.
answers to that real quick?
That's not happening. That's not happening. We win in every game. I want to go undefeated, 16 games, and we not letting up no points.
He's not modest at all, right? They're gonna run the
It was
table.
good.
Ain't nobody gonna
I'm
find the
on,
end
baby.
zone. Okay. Look, we heard it here first. We're gonna hold you to it, man. We're gonna revisit this, as the season progresses. We're gonna have you back on so we can chop it up, on a one-on-one, maybe watch the midseason film
Yeah.
and see how things change, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, my man. So look, stay safe, stay healthy, keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing. We'll see you next time, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So look, here it is. We got to bring up the sponsors. Can't do it without them. All right, let me cue up our next guest real quick. Shout out to Yoked, powered by Yoked. It's the crazy powder substance in the pouch. Don't knock it till you try it. It gives you that extra boost. Flip Sled is a game changer. Put your hands on it. Each and every event that we have a live demo to try out. And then last but not least, on the grip boost, doing anything and everything covered in hands. And then the big sponsor, the one that's powering this whole thing, the one that's got us to the finish line, coming up in Round Rock, Texas, is Zenith, providing that sweet, sweet, sweet Zenith Loop headgear for all of our 7-on-7 events. So shout out to all of our sponsors for continuing to do what they do in the support. With that out the way, man, let's bring on our next guest. I think we got a quarterback. Is that right? Is this Chase? How you feeling?
What's up? How you doing?
I am well, man. Can you hear us and see us all right?
Yeah, I'm looking good.
Fantastic. So look, take this opportunity. Tell us who you are, man, where you're from, position, graduating class, height, weight, favorite movie. I don't care. You tell us. It's your intro.
My name's Chase Goodwin, class of 23 quarterback, Spring Branch Memorial High School in Houston, Texas. If I'm going favorite movie, I've got to go Forrest Gump. It's a classic.
Forrest Gump, man. I'm learning some new things
Classics.
tonight. I like it. I like it.
I mean, I watched it with my dad for the first time, years and years ago. Great movie.
All right. Look, fair enough. So what you got for him, Brandon? I'm gonna let you take charge on this one.
Well, first and foremost, you were right. Y'all don't have a Twitter.
I told you.
Touche. Secondly, how did you feel like you performed this weekend?
Um, if I'm being honest with you, I mean, I still put up. I'm not gonna count through them, but I put up probably double-digit touchdown passes. Um, I've definitely played better, I think, but it's like I don't know. I feel like even when I'm not at the very top of my game, my performance is up there. I think probably top 3 in the 18U class, in my opinion. But a little biased.
You, it's funny that you had that opinion. I agree. So now it's a
Yeah,
matter of like what you do with it, right? So switching over, me and you had a long conversation about recruitment. Talk to us about your current recruitment, who people you're talking to, and maybe some visits that you have planned.
yeah. So I've been on a couple visits already. Spring visits. Went to Dartmouth, Harvard. The whole Ivy League circuit. That's where I've been getting a lot of interest from. That's where I've shown a lot of interest as well. A couple D3 schools too that are still academically up there. Like Wash U Chicago. Those places have shown a lot of interest as well. I've been on visits there. Really trying to open up the recruitment though. I mean, I'm open to everything. I'm camping at SMU this weekend. A lot of schools going to be there. It's going to be a big mega camp, but really pumped. Looking forward to it. Yeah, that's what's going on right now for me.
I like it. Yeah, I was talking to some schools today who will be at SMU, so we may have a conversation offline again. But
Yeah,
so whenever it comes to your game, how would you describe it? I have a couple features that I turn to, but I can't sell you like you sell you. So you sell you.
I think it's up here. That's my number one. I think it's up here. I'm confident in my physical abilities. I know I can make every throw on the field wherever it needs to be. I think my arm strength is really hard to come by. I really am just so confident that I can make any throw I need to. But if we're talking my best asset, I think it's up here. I really don't think that a lot of people can kind of match up with that. A lot of the defenses that we're playing, I have it all scouted out. A week in advance. I'm prepping for the game. Watching film, studying what defense they're running, and when it gets down to it, it's like a second nature. I'm standing at the line of scrimmage. I'm like, all right, they're in this setup. They're running this shell, whatever it is. This many men in the box. What set it is, and I'm like, before they even the snap goes down, I'm confident in what the defense is running and what we can do to beat it. So yeah,
So,
Would
hey,
you rather?
hold on.
Go
Let
ahead.
me throw that wrench in there again. Give us an opportunity that you see in your game that you can improve on.
um, I think I can always get faster. I'm confident in my speed right now. I know that that's not a liability. I can make whatever runs. We have a good amount of quarterback runs kind of in our offense, and I succeeded last year doing that as well. And I've been able to scramble too, plenty. Um, with the school that I go to, obviously we don't have the biggest and strongest guys, so it kind of leaves me some room to do some scrambling, kind of make plays. And I'm fully capable of doing that. But I think definitely if I were to improve on something, I think I can always get faster.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead, Brent.
Would you rather have everything that you want right now, as far as hey, eight to nine scholarships, have the ranking, blah blah blah, or would you rather have the Josh Allen story of have nothing, scratch, claw, fight, and then have that victory at the end? Which one is your DNA? Which one would you rather have? The struggle, or
That's
the coast?
a good question. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like if you have the coast, you get complicit, or you get complacent. You can kind of settle and relax and not have that fight in you. So if I'm looking at it, I'm probably taking that Josh Allen route. And obviously, it worked out pretty good for him. He's in my opinion top 3 quarterback in the league. So that's where I'm going.
You think it's more pressure to be a highly ranked player or somebody who says they're slept on?
In terms of pressure, when you're going out and showing out at these, combines, I would say if you've got all these, stars and offers or whatever, you don't have a whole lot of pressure on you. It's not like in my experience, and like in my opinion, you know, you don't look at it and be like, oh, these stars are just gonna go away. I have one, you know, bad camp performance or whatever it is. You know, like that's kind of on the table, and I'm set. But I think there's a lot of pressure when you're not getting as much exposure to really like you were describing Josh Allen, fight and claw your way up. But you know, at least when you're in that situation, you don't lose that fire. And when I feel like you have when you have everything already, you could get complacent and not really put as much importance
My,
on that fight.
my last thing is for Memorial this year, and you,
Mm-hmm.
why or should we consider you dark horses out of Houston?
I think again, I said this about me, but I'm saying it about our team as well. We've got smarts. We've got guys who know what's going to work against the teams that we're playing, and we can scheme really well. I think our defense the past couple of years has done a real good job with that. We had just 2 seasons ago, you know, my sophomore year, first year on varsity, we went 8-2. Our defense was just absolutely locked down. They were, you know, we would be playing guys that are bigger, stronger, faster than us, but it's up here. And when you're locked in mentally, which I know we are, and going into my senior year, I'm you know confident that I can help play a big role in that and keeping the guys locked in. But when you're locked in mentally, you can go out there and beat any team that is you know has the physical advantage on you. So I'm confident with where we're going. I'm really looking forward to this year. And yeah, yeah.
All right.
I like him.
I like it. I like it. Look, man, represents himself well, right? Best part is he gets to throw on some pads here soon, right? You get to go out there and get under them Friday night lights and ball out, get some new film.
Yeah,
So hopefully we get to run this conversation back maybe mid-season, watch some film,
definitely.
and you know see how things change. But you've been in the green room. You got to hear the last young man, right? So you get to take this opportunity now to show your loved ones, your supporters, you know, return that love, man. Shout them out by name.
Yeah, well, to start off, you know, I wouldn't be in this position without God. I've been blessed. Just being in this position to be recruited, possibly going to college. I've really been blessed, and even to play in high school, it's a dream. So, it wouldn't be possible without him. My next biggest supporters, my mom and dad, Cynthia Weir Goodwin. My dad was my first quarterback coach, you know, back when I was like 6 years old. So I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am without them. And obviously going to all these camps, I'm not going to get there without them. So they're my next biggest supporters. Obviously, you know, my teammates C4K been a huge impact. You know, playing 7-on-7 this year. Zach, Tanner, those guys over there, they do such a great job with that team. You know, all my teammates as well. And then the Memorial staff, Coach Koch, Coach Chris, Coach Pangle, all those guys really drive me. I'm really looking forward to where we're going this year. Yeah, I mean, can't think of anybody else, but I'm sure there are people I'm forgetting, but those are the guys I can think of right now.
Awesome, man. Anything before we let him get out of here, man?
No, he's good. I got to grill him a little bit tonight because he was grilling me on Saturday. It was
That's not true.
somebody should have got video of it. I mean, I had to get help. I had to get assistance because he was on me.
That's
funny.
awesome.
That's funny.
Good deal, man. So look, Chase, best of luck this coming season. Best of luck during camp season. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing, man. And we'll run this thing back, all right?
Appreciate it, you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
So, got to shout it out again, man, while we queue up our next guest. It is 39 Heart's second annual All-American Cleat Drive starting today. Spotlight39.com. We are accepting monetary donations as well as gently used cleats. There are kids in need across this great, great nation. So help support. Last year we gave out 12 pair. This year I'm going for 25, man. I want to double down at least. With your support, we can make that happen. So, without further ado, I think we got another guest lined up, ready to go. So let's bring him on. How you feeling, Coach? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Hey,
Yeah, I
Coach.
can see you. How you doing?
There you are. You got the music popping off in the background, man.
My training, honestly.
Hey, man, I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym. I'm on the grind.
I like it.
Show love. Just tell
Hey,
me
man,
tell us about 3 kids and you good.
I'm Chad Thompson. We can't take over 7 on 7. The best HQ in the country. About that. I got 3 kids I like. Three kids I highlight in my program. I got Vernon Glover. I got Andre Thompson, and I got Rodney Bemish. I got a bunch of them, but you said 3, so I give you 3 that everybody probably knows.
Hey, Brandon, man, help coach out a little bit, man. So, tell us about some of these kids that he's got on his squad and what you saw, right? I want to see coach's reaction when you talk about his kids.
Coach is good. But ultimately he has a kid on his team. I think his name is like Andre Thompson Jr. He's decent. He has a kid named he has a kid. Yeah, he has a kid named Rodney Bimage Jr. He's all right. He has another kid on his team, last name Mitchell. I think he ran a 1100 as a sophomore. He has 2026, who I still haven't got his high school yet. He has a 2026 kid who ran another 11 flat. But just really I want to coach on here because, one, his team won the championship, so they deserve some respect. 2, coach does a tremendous job developing talent. And so he's having a little probably technical issues, but if you look at their roster, almost every kid who's on Cat Takeover's roster will be a D1 player. And that says a lot about what they're doing just from a talent evaluation standpoint to what they're doing to develop the players. And so, you can see he's at practice right now. Coach, you're good to go. You're good to go. But ultimately,
appreciate you, Coach.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me on. Like I said, I can't take all the credit by myself. I got a coach with me, Coach Morgan. Man, we like to grind. We believe in not only developing talent, but we believe you got to be able to coach talent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get talent from all different ways. Like it's just the special teams that we done played. They got the 4, 5 stars. We got some of the 4, 5 stars that we developed. We believe in taking the kids from when they 12 and bringing them on up to that status. So when you do it like that, they got loyalty to you. When you get them when they already 4 or 5 stars, they loyal to nobody. They loyal to themselves. You know what I'm saying? So we believe in building a program, and the program that we teach, we believe in, our defensive backs learning every cover zone in America. We run cover 6, we run cover 2, we run 2-man, we run cover 4, we run cover 3, we run press bail. All the techniques in the country you run. So when we get these kids to get ready to go to college, there's no drop off. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no playbook and say, hey, I never ran this coverage a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? So we try to keep it. Well, we push them to a certain extent that the high school coaches ain't gonna push them to.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. So, Coach, man, we ain't gonna take no more of your time, man. Go out there and keep doing what you do. Get back to training. We appreciate you. Shout out to the squad, right? The slightly decent squad that Brandon put it, right. Congratulations on your big win. Right?
I appreciate it, man. Like I told, B told me he wanted me on here, so I had to make it happen for him.
We appreciate you. All right. Good deal, man. So that was fun, right? Coach, broke away, had the tunes playing in the background, but still grinding, still doing his thing. So shout out to Coach, and who we had: Brian, Ryan, Zyron, Chase. Man, we had a bunch of dudes, right? We had a great mixture of a show tonight. Student athletes, coaches / trainer. I think we got a nice snapshot of some great talent across the great state of Texas, right? But I want to know, we didn't really get to it with the Houston-Dallas thing, man. So I'm intrigued. Give me a snapshot of what that means, man.
I brought it up a couple of times before, but just Houston and Dallas, there's beef. It's been documented. Houston's just a little bit different than Dallas. We're different.
I like putting fuel on the fire, if you can't tell. But it's all good.
I will say this. I will go on record saying this. I'm so pro Dallas over Houston.
He did it with the hand.
I'll make sure I keep our relationship. I just say that, but I'm so pro. Like, just as far as the city. That said, like, talent. Oh, I'm going to Houston all day before I go to Dallas.
Okay.
Like, I'll drive to Houston and then I start heading Dallas, and I stop and I say, oh, there's still more talent in Houston. Then I would go to Dallas because Houston is deep like that compared to Dallas, I think.
All right, and you know they carry themselves a little different, right? They got that H Town swag as we got to see with our guy Zion at the end, right?
Yeah, and a little bit of Louisiana too, because they have so much spill off from there too. So yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I think tonight was cool just from a representation of Houston. It was a Houston tournament. Teams
yeah,
taking 2 days out of their weekend on Memorial Day weekend at that to perform and play.
yeah,
You saw three defensive backs on a team that has a point to prove for Shadow Creek. Established program when they first came on board. I mean, they won a state championship, and now a group of seniors who want to come together to accomplish some big goals. Right? Then you have Chase, who has something to prove. You notice the first three guys all had offers. You have Chase up next, who has an offer, but he wants more, a D1 at that, and a guy who's very analytical about the game. So he has a completely different approach of
yeah.
how do I beat the first three guys on the call. Then lastly, you have Coach Chaz, who, I mean, like I said, if you go look at the numbers, the type of talent they produce is ridiculous. And he didn't even really get into their 18U team or their national team is ridiculous.
Okay,
Now, I mean, and just like to hear, how he develops talent, and I mean, that's a quality guy right there. So, I mean, I was impressed with the show and the type of people that we were able to connect with. So, for sure.
good deal, man. So look, a few things before we wrap up. Let me pull them up there. Obviously, we got some big things popping off in Round Rock, Texas. Right, we're going to kick off some new events. The Verified Combine Series, June 10th. It's going to be big, right? So make sure you tap in TruXposur.net for registration and more info. So there's the combine, but we don't stop there. We got to show the big man some love, right? It's the big man battle. The National O-Line, D-Line Showcase Circuit. Circuit means what? More than one. Let's go. Kicking it off that weekend for World Championship, right? And speaking of world, there's the flyer. It's going down June 11th and 12th in Round Rock, Texas. I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to get there. I'm coming in. I'm doing the big man. I'm doing the combine. I'm going to Texas, right? I'm going for the unofficial visit. I'm just showing up. I just want to take some pictures and fanboying, all day long. But nonetheless, lots of talent, lots of great things happening. So make sure, tap in. If you can't be there in person, we're going to have all kinds of media. The team is on deck. So Brandon, man, any closing words before we get out of here?
I know. Well, I haven't stopped really drinking water since Saturday, but I know I'm gonna have to drink some water because, dude, I have next week I'm gonna hit 16 colleges, and then I'm gonna turn that right into this event. So I just say wish me luck on that. But I'll go back to it. I really enjoyed this weekend. I thought it was highly competitive, and a lot of the Houston guys showed face and competed. I mean, it was really good to see that. I'll say that it was really good to see the level of competition. They didn't care how hot it was, and a lot of those players, I think, they're going to develop based on some of the attributes, the skills, the technique they learned, not just in 7-on-7, but just the most of just having competition. I think is going to really help them in the season. We had some good talent out there, for real.
I love it. I can't wait for Round Rock. I can't wait to see, what the World Championship has to offer. But until next time, man, we're going to set the stage next week for that. More information, more guests. So make sure you tap in. True Exposure Live every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Like this video. Share the video. Help these kids get the exposure. That's what it's all about. Until next time, we're going to close this thing out. 39 Hearts. It's the nonprofit foundation. Every strong athlete needs a strong heart. Make sure you check out the website, spotlight39.com. Till next week, man. Brandon, I'll talk to you.
See you.